Okay, hey everyone. So I've been sick for a while, so you probably haven't heard much from me, because I had the flu. So I am actually going to talk about my book, which I promised that I would do like last week, but I never got around to doing it. So I'm gonna do it today. So I'm gonna answer 14 questions from the emails that I got. They were pretty much all the same, which is normal. And I'm going to just basically talk about my book. So my book is called From Sad Bitch to Gold Stilettos. Whether the from will be there when it actually comes out, I'm still trying to decide. But yeah, so let's just jump right into it. Okay, so I'm actually gonna jump right into the questions. So, oops, sorry. iPad thing. Okay, so what is the book about? So the teaser book is called From Sad Bitch to Gold Stilettos, or Sad Bitch to Gold Stilettos. And it is it is kind of like a summary of what's inside of the Emancipation of Kiki. Obviously, it's not as deep. So the difference between the two, Emancipation of Kiki is about all aspects of life, family, friends, exercise, relationships, so on and so forth. One question that I got a lot, which I thought was really, really interesting, was why this before the Emancipation of Kiki? So that means you guys are paying attention. That's really great. So why did I choose this before the Emancipation of Kiki? I'll tell you. The Emancipation of Kiki is an extremely personal book on so many levels. This book isn't that personal. I don't find it that personal. These are things I tell people all day, every day, including like my friends and everybody knows basically what's inside of the teaser. What's inside of the actual book is a little bit more intense. I don't talk about my family life much, which you see in the book. But people who know me don't really know me in that kind of way. I talk about my relationships, but they're usually one-sided. In my book, I tell you both sides. So the teaser was basically, the release of the teaser is to see how people like my writing style. Also to see if people really like the aggressiveness that I write with. The Emancipation of Kiki is not that aggressive. Let me say that. Sorry. The Emancipation of Kiki is very, very aggressive. The teaser is aggressive, but not as much. It's much lighter. And I really like to hear, like, you probably will be rolling your eyes when I say this, but I like reviews on my writing. Especially things that aren't personal. Because when I release something personal and everybody hates it, that makes a really large statement. So at least by me releasing this, I have the ability to see if people like it or not, or what are things that they find to be, bad, or what are things that they would like me to talk more about. I'm sure there's places in the Emancipation of Kiki where I left stories open-ended, so I didn't really finish them. The teaser is a breakdown. I think in the teaser you mostly find everything from maybe 2013 is more prevalent in the teaser. In the Emancipation of Kiki, I give you different kind of stories. So actually, I'll answer another question at that too. So how long did it take me to write? The teaser didn't take that long. It took a month and a half or so. The teaser, I'd like to consider it more of an essay. That's pretty much accurate on how the writing style is. Not academic essay. That's not, okay. So it's written like an essay, but it's more, anybody can read it. The Emancipation of Kiki may be a little bit more difficult, but the teaser is pretty simple. I don't find it challenging at all. That was a really easy question, so let me answer this one. Why is it different from other books? So this is a big question, and I'm going to answer this one because, I got this a couple of times, and I actually think it's an excellent question. So why would you want to buy my book? Who am I? First of all, I am Canadian. For me personally, I don't think that there's a lot of Canadian writers out there who kind of write sort of the style. I kind of consider this a bit of Americanist style, maybe. The book is aggressive. Canadian writers, I'm not going to stereotype Canadian writers. There are aggressive writers, but it's different. My book is... Okay, so why I would consider it different is because I am not a celebrity. Nor am I a money-making guru or any of those things above. I am just writing a book that I am writing, which sounds like a cliche, so that other people can gain something out of it. Now, that sounds like a cliche, yes, but there are a lot of people who have issues every day and sort of do the same thing I do, which is we pretend that everything is fine. We use that word 200 times plus more a day. Everything is fine. I'll work on it, don't worry. And realistically speaking, you never really know people. And the reason why I find this important is because when I went through a difficult time in my life in 2013, when I was sick and I had all these other stupid issues going on, I had a friend who was I don't even know. Anyways, and it kind of almost sent me over the edge because I think people need to take into consideration that your world doesn't revolve around them. So what I mean by that is that just because after I leave here today doesn't mean that you can, when I come see you next time, you can give me shit and it'll work out. No, people have issues all the time and you can push somebody over the edge. And I had to go through that. So, you know, I find my book to be more of a reality, really, because there are lots of people who go through those things every day. The teaser is different. The way that this book is done is different because I'm doing a review and a book. Sorry, a teaser and a book. The teaser comes before the book because I want feedback. The teaser is different from the book. You're not buying the same book twice. And the teaser's price range will probably be like $5 to $10. The book itself will probably be more, but the teaser is probably like super cheap because it's going to be an ebook anyways. Yeah, and I'd love to hear people's feedback and take on it, especially Canadians, because I think I think our writing styles are just different. Yeah, so that's my take on my book. Okay, so I was asked about the cover of the book. The cover of the book, you've probably seen it before. There's nothing special about the cover. Actually, I'm not going to talk to you about the cover because let that be a surprise. The whole book is kind of like a play on word/visual. But we'll talk about that at a different time when I actually show you what the cover of the ebook will look like. So I told you the price point for the book. Now, I'm releasing the teaser in ebook, just because it is a teaser. It's not the full book, and I don't think it's fair. I probably will have paperback copies that I will have for anybody who would prefer paperback than ebook. The pages I said, I don't know if I said this, it's about 40 to 50 pages for the teaser. The actual book is about 170-ish, give or take. The other one will be in full everything. In terms of editing, the teaser is edited as well. The book will be professionally edited because it's sort of a mainstream thing. The teaser will be edited, probably not like with a fine-tooth comb. I actually do have an editor who will be editing it, but you know, I'm just saying for anybody who's gonna be on that. So I actually did already talk about the other question, which is why I wrote the book. The actual book, when I talk about the Emancipation of Kiki, I'll actually go further into that because that's a pretty big question. So I was actually asked if my illness is in the book, my battle with ulcerative colitis. Yes, it is actually. Ooh, I got cut off. I think I barely mention it in the teaser, but it is inside of the book, for sure. So you'll see that in there, which is kind of like my struggle with ulcerative colitis, where it is today, you know, the diagnosis, the process, the actual illness itself, which has been really bad, but whatever. You know, whether or not it went intermission, so I'm trying to read this iPad at the same time. So yes, that is in the book. Oh, so why am I talking about it now? So the reason I'm talking about it now is I haven't picked a release date, but I'm thinking I want it released maybe in January. I don't know. I haven't decided on the teaser. I actually wanted to do it in December, but I don't think that's going to happen because I've been ill. And there's just a bunch of other things that I actually have to deal with first at hand before I can get to the teaser book. But we'll see how it goes. Somebody's a writer. I've been writing since I was like 4. Okay, maybe like 6. I enjoy writing. It's the way that I escape. My writing is more free and fun these days. There was a point, maybe when I was in high school, my writing was really aggressive. It still is aggressive. If you read my poems or my short stories, they're very aggressive. I do not actually publish my work. I will be copywriting them one at a time. I've done some tremendous things that I actually really do want to share. And that'll be happening over the next couple of months. As most of you know, I am doing my 2nd degree, so it's like busy all the time. Plus I'm running Curved as well, so I've got a lot of things happening. So over the next while, I hope to actually start doing the copywriting of things as soon as possible. So, I mean, what should you expect from my book? So, I actually hope that people will like the book. But what I'm really hoping is that my book is not a doctrine. Let me say that. It's not a mantra. It isn't a manifesto. It's none of that. My book is written simply as me. I am the person who has been through a lot. Who hasn't? But I mean, like, with my family life, my relationships, everything kind of fell into one. Which is funny because life is like this weird connection, which I never knew until I actually wrote the book. Yeah, it's like this weird cycle. So that's what the book is really about. The connections, we bring one dysfunctionality to another. So, and we don't even know that we're doing it. Like, we have no idea that this one thing we do today will change the total outcome of what will happen tomorrow. Like, we don't even know that. But until it actually happens. So I'm really hoping that, you know, what people actually get from the book is some of them get a peace of mind. You know, some people, you know, will say, I don't really like it. But I'm hoping more so people will say, I love it. It's great. And I can't wait for the actual book. Oh, I do talk about my business in the book as well. And where my business is going in the future as well. So if you're interested, it's in there too. So where to purchase the book? So that's actually a really good question. And I'm so glad people asked that because it means people are interested. So where can you get my book? The book will be on the site. The ebook will be on the site. It will be on Amazon as well. I'm hoping to sell a few on the site first, maybe. I don't know, maybe Amazon. However, it will be online. The first place you can possibly publish it will be on the Facebook page. I will actually load it up. And first 10 people who are really interested in my book, I will also give them the free copy of it. For them to review and give me their honest feedback. I don't care if you hate it. I just want honest feedback. And that's the first 10. Okay, and that's about it. As you guys know, I've been really ill, so I haven't really been around. But I promise that I'll be back soon, shortly, whenever. And I'll be doing more things. As you can see, like, I'm still kind of like palish, which is bad from the flu. Anyways, but yeah, so you'll see me again shortly. Don't worry, I'll be back.